Let's talk about the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Okay? Because even Brett Favre put out a tweet this morning.
That's right.
That said, wow, Jordan Love has really done the part. And Brett Favre is a guy who has said a lot of things. Brett Favre is a guy who has done a lot of things. Mm-hmm. One of them being start this incredible lineup for Packers quarterbacks that has gone now 4 generations, seemingly. Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to who's next? Oh, it's the guy that they traded up for. Jordan Love, here's to a great start and wishing you much success this season and to a long career. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Here's to it. Here's to it, Brett. It's a compliment. Don't sue.
For now.
Anyways, Brett to Aaron, who's next? Oh, this guy who got traded up for after an NFC championship loss, right in the middle of an MVP run by the quarterback. Oh, we're gonna draft your future replacement. We're not gonna go get somebody on defense to stop the San Francisco 49ers from running all over us in the NFC championship. Nope. We're not gonna get you a first-round wide receiver that you've never had pretty much as a quarterback here as a Green Bay Packer. We're not gonna do something that makes us immediately better so that we can get over the hump and go to a Super Bowl and hopefully get another ring here in lovely Lambeau. Instead, they traded up to draft a quarterback that none of us really knew anything about. That immediately started a ripple effect of a scorched earth tour from the quarterback, seemingly, although there was a lot of other stuff that took place with other players that were towards the end of their Green Bay Packers career that got brought up to light and re-remembered. And Jordan Love was dropped in a position where he had no winning, literally no winning. Publicly, people felt as if they had to take sides, even though Jordan Love didn't choose for this entire situation to take place. All he did, though, seemingly, behind the scenes, is go to work, earn the respect of his teammates and his coaches. And yesterday, he got a chance to put it on display for the first real time as the guy for the Green Bay Packers. And I'll be damned. The Green Bay Packers, after 4 quarters of real football with this guy leading the team, and I know he played last year, but I'm talking about in team meeting rooms, he's the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
In the cafeteria, he's the starting quarterback. In all these strategy and scheme meetings, he's the starting quarterback. Marketing,
right.
He's the starting quarterback. This was his first time to really prove. Look at this hilarious one-legged Dirk Nowitzki to Aaron Jones touchdown. Yeah. All the boxes were checked yesterday for Jordan Love.
Yep.
As a Packers fan, I know you had optimism and hope that he'd be great. Not everybody did, but you did throughout this entire thing. Yesterday, you had to go 6 to midnight about what you saw out of the Love kid.
Absolutely. I'm just ecstatic. I mean, yeah, you know, a lot of people wanted to say, hey, they played the Bears, and let's make no mistake about it. The Bears stink.
They are so bad at football.
The Bears are really bad. Really, really bad.
Tone Diggs' point there does get forgotten because they traded out of there so early.
Right. Yeah.
Like, so early,
good idea.
The buzz machine didn't even happen. They earned the number 1 overall pick. There was a lot of bad football teams last year.
For sure.
The Chicago Bears were the worst football team in the NFL last year. And Justin Fields... It's going to get loud. I know people aren't going to enjoy the conversations getting loud about Justin Fields. Quay Walker should be a punt returner. The guy literally ran right in somebody's chest and said, okay, I'll go another way, and scores a touchdown. Awesome to watch. Bears stink. That needs to be understood.
For sure.
But
also, like, this is still a rivalry game. Like, you can't look at all the stuff that Rodgers did. Like, we know the success Rodgers had against the Bears, but, like, this is Jordan Love's first game with all that stuff you guys mentioned. And it was just a lot of the little things, like patient in the pocket. He was in the first quarter. They only scored 10 points in the first half, but like he picked up a couple big third down conversions. They didn't have Christian Watson, who's supposed to be his number 1 weapon. I think a lot of people thought, the Packers, because their O-line looked great. They, I thought they'd run it 50 times. Like, Love ran the show, and he threw 2 touchdown passes to Dobbs, who looks like they have a really good rapport and chemistry already. It was just kind of everything coming together. And again, like a young guy, like, he wasn't always looking to scramble when things broke down. Like, he was going through his reads, going through his progressions. He just looked so comfortable out there. His completion percentage wasn't great, but like for the first time seeing him in a game that actually matters, like, I almost just let one slide because I am very excited. He's a guy. He is. And I think Packers fans should be very excited.
I saw somebody, he quote tweeted because I said Anthony Richardson's a guy. That's good news. And I saw some nerd quote tweet it for the New York Times. Seems like a good guy, but he's not in the football world. And he said, he's sick of people being described as a guy, a dude, or a dog. It's like, well, not everybody's a guy, a dude, and a dog.
No.
So whenever those things get labeled upon somebody, that is a massive deal. It's like sheriff, captain, admiral, lieutenant. Okay, there's a lot of things up there. Labeled a dog, it's like, okay, need this guy. A guy means, hey, here we go.
Legit.
Yeah.
This guy is probably going to be on the front of season tickets, packages. This guy's going to put your team on prime time. This guy is going to bring happiness into everybody's life. He is a guy. That is what Jordan Love has proven. Not just in this game, but I think in the training camp, in OTAs, the way his teammates have talked about him. These teammates have gone out of their way to say positive things about how he acts behind the scenes. And it's like, players obviously have to stick up for their teammates. Okay, teammates aren't just going to bury their teammates, especially if it's a quarterback. But the way guys say stuff is what you got to listen to. Like, are they just saying, "Oh, good player, really good work ethic," or are they coming out and saying like, he commands the huddle, everybody has respect for him. When he walks in the locker room, like everybody says, like, what is Jordan talking about? Like, he is appreciated over here. His teammates were all saying that in unison. And then after the game, before he does his interview with EA, I forget who it was. It was the defensive player came over.
Rashawn Gary.
Rashawn Gary came over and was basically like, talk your shit. Like, they are all on his side, and they all have seen how his life has been since coming into the NFL. What a story out of week one, Jordan Love being a dude.
It was so loud that it got to the point where we almost turned on it. It was like, hey, this is so loud that maybe they're trying to build this guy up and he's not that good, but actually turns out he is that good. And the LaFleur offense. Like, we had this whole conversation about how, hey, with Aaron Rodgers, the LaFleur offense is one thing, but let's see how it is with Jordan Love. I mean, they scored 31 points.
I think it's more of the LaFleur offense, right? That's what we all kind of understand.
Sure.
Absolutely, yes.
And he's been in the system literally since
the entire time.
Since he's gotten there. And also, you see him pick up some stuff from, a Mount Rushmore quarterback.
Bingo.
The way he handles like him just being so comfortable,
he's got
one-legged.
Yeah.
Like, and I assume he always had that. But whenever you have a quarterback in front of you for a few years, and he's like, no, this is how you act. Like, not every quarterback's going to do that.
No.
Like, I love just how free he felt.
Yeah.
And that dude right there, Aaron Jones, hey,
So good.
he's always been good.
Yeah.
Get him the ball.
What do you have, 5 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys?
Yep.
And that was the night that we all kind of were introduced to him.
Yeah.
He needs to get the rock at all times for you guys.
For sure.
Are they doing that? I didn't get to see every single snap.
He was kind of splitting carries a little bit with A.J. Dillon yesterday. But, pass game, running game, like he should, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's the Packers, and he was always kind of overshadowed by Rodgers too. But he needs to be touching the ball 35
Don't love that.
times a game.
Yep, that's the word.
Yeah.
Don't love that.
That was tough.
After this, they would have him on the sideline getting stretched, and a drone would fly over top, or the sky cam would fly over top, and he actually just made like a face to the camera. So I don't think he thinks it's that bad.
I don't think so either.
He would know too.
Yep.
Yeah, the muscle is something that only the person who's going through it can feel it. So he seemed to be in good spirits. Also, Dobbs.
Yeah.
He's the one.
I think so. I mean, it just same deal. Like he kind of. He's been behind Christian Watson because Christian Watson got drafted higher, but even Rodgers last year when he first got there was like, this kid's special. If he keeps working, like he can do things that other guys can't do. Only had 4 catches yesterday, but scores 2 touchdowns, has a big 3rd down conversion. Like if he can stay healthy, because that was kind of his thing last year, as he's a little banged up, he's going to be very good.
Darius, what'd you see from Jordan Love that made you think he was a guy? Because remember, Darius Slay, after his first couple snaps with against the Philadelphia Eagles, Darius Slay was like, Darius Slay, by the way, pick 6 yesterday.
Yeah,
Let's go.
He played Slay.
Great start for that. Slaymaker doing his thing. Friend of the program, also has his own great podcast. But he came on the show and he said, like, hey, I'm not saying he's Aaron, but there's a lot of things he did there that was like, he can spin that thing.
Yeah,
That's what Darius Slay said about Jordan Love. He said, nobody wants to say this guy's a Mount Rushmore quarterback already because he's already had enough pressure put on him to have to fill those steps. But Darius Slay was like, he looked real comfortable against some other quarterbacks that we've seen. You saw him yesterday for the first time in real action. You saying, hey, I'm all in on the Love train.
I'm all in on the Love era, man. And this might be 3 for 3 right now. I know it was overreaction Monday, but he looked damn good. And maybe we got to stop questioning the Packers' method to their madness.
So I did, loudly.
You draft a quarterback when you
So
don't
on
need
me.
one.
So did I.
That's when you
Well,
draft them. When
everyone.
you don't need one, and you wait, and then when they're ready, you throw them in there. But he looked good, but the composure, like Ty spoke on, the composure. Well, not only the big plays and the touchdowns, but being able to step up in the pocket on the third down, go through your reads. Read, okay, it's a high level. We saw Anthony Richardson throw an interception like that. You got a levels route. Where's the defender? Is he high? Throw it low. If he's low, throw it high. Seen him go through those reads. And then that back shoulder fade down there to Romeo Dobbs. It looked very Rodgers to Devontae-ish to me. And it's important to develop that rapport with your guy. Third and medium, red area. You'll probably see it tonight with Rodgers and Wilson.
Love that.
At certain points in the game where, hey, I'm going to my guy. Everybody knows it. We're going to make it happen.
Full flex yell in the face of the DB that you just caught a ball on.
Big
Love it.
Yeah.
Love everything about it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw a lot of that yesterday that they didn't throw a flag on either. I like it.
That's what we're talking
Good
about.
start.
The refs were pretty good.